I'm doing it again. PayPal, and please subscribe, because we have to stay on the air because there's so many issues to discuss that are not getting discussed in the old school press. And one of them, of course, is carbon taxes and the flip-flop, the exemption. Trudeau has said for years and years and years, this is going to fight climate change. It's been spectacularly unsuccessful so far, and it's going to put money in the pockets of Canadians. Don't understand how tax would do that. But Jay Goldberg is with the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, and he joins me right now. I don't want to explain it, how a tax, when you're having to pay it, can get more money in your pocket. But will you explain the flip-flop and what's going on in Atlantic Canada?
Well, look, folks in Atlantic Canada are very upset. There was a home heating exemption for the region in the carbon tax until July 1st. And all of a sudden, weather's getting a little bit colder, and everybody in Atlantic Canada is realizing that they're going to get hammered on home heating. And so pressure was on for Liberal MPs. Poll numbers were dropping in Atlantic Canada for the Liberals, and then you had the flip-flop.
So now, and the West is saying, well, simply because we don't use as much home oil heating, we are exempted? Or is it because, as that wonderful Liberal minister from Atlantic Canada said, if you had more Liberal MPs, you would get exemption?
Well, I think that just hits the nail on the head, because home heating oil, which only 3% of Canadian households use, but up to 40% of Atlantic households use, is dirtier than natural gas.
Right. So
the Trudeau government is giving an exemption for 3 years on home heating oil, which is going to save the average house with home heating oil $272 this year. But if you have natural gas, which is cleaner and which most Ontarians and Western Canadians use, you're still going to be hammered with the tax.
I mean, so first of all, you have to be extraordinarily gullible when he's saying, we're going to do this for 3 years, and then we're going to hit you again if you re-elect me.
Exactly. It's right after the election.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have to be gullible to do that. But we've been gullible before. Canadians have kept re-electing Trudeau when he says, I'm going to tax you. He says it's going to be easy. You're going to get more money, which is complete lunacy. So, and you said the Parliamentary Bureau has said that this tax has done nothing for the environment.
The Parliamentary Budget Officer, they're nonpartisan, the office has said, yes, it's done nothing for the environment, and the average household here in Ontario is losing $478 this year, even after the rebate. So that nonsense the government's putting forward, that somehow folks are better off paying the tax, is exactly that nonsense.
So does this mean that that whole baloney, I've called it baloney for years, that the Trudeau government has been trying to convince Canadians of, is really starting to look like the emperor has no clothes? This is baloney?
I think it is, because people are really feeling this. And look, we're in Canada. Newsflash, home heating, it's not optional.
That's one of the most important points of all. It's cold here. Jay Goldberg, thanks very much. 3 minutes. Liberties and freedom of speech are under attack in Canada like never before. So let's keep this discussion on the air. PayPal, write a check, and please include your address so I can write a thank you letter to you. And ask your friends, please subscribe. It's important to keep this on the air. And thank you.